Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me for this month's Facebook Live. Today, I am going to talk about making tax digital. Back in July 2017, HMRC announced that from April 2019, all businesses that had to be registered for VAT would need to file all of their returns through a system called Making Tax Digital. So what is Making Tax Digital and what does it mean? Making Tax Digital, better known as MTD, is the government's plan to make it easier for individuals and businesses to know what tax they have to pay before the end of the year. All businesses will eventually be required to submit figures to HMRC regularly, and they will need to do this through MTD compliant software like QuickBooks Online. They will also be required to ensure that all of their transactions are recorded digitally, as HMRC will no longer accept paper records. It probably sounds a bit scary and that it's going to cause a lot of stress and frustration, but as long as you are using MTD compliant software to keep your accounts, it really is straightforward. The information will already be in your accounts, and you just need to submit that information to HMRC as and when they ask for it. At this stage, it is just businesses that have to be registered for VAT because they meet the £85,000 turnover threshold that must follow MTD. But HMRC are running a live pilot to test and develop MTD system for filing income tax. Various timelines were put on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but on July 21st, HMRC announced that from April 2022, all VAT-registered businesses, no matter if they have had to register due to meeting the turnover threshold or not, must be filing their VAT returns through MTD. From April 2023, all self-employed businesses and landlords with business turnover above £10,000 will need to follow MTD for filing returns. As further updates are released by the government, I will be making sure I get this information out as quickly as I can once it's announced. Even if you don't need to be complying with MTD yet, it's a good idea to start getting into the habits now for making sure that when you do need to file through MTD, you are already up and running. How can you do that? 1. Start using a software that is MTD compliant to complete your accounts. QuickBooks Online is fully MTD compliant for VAT registered businesses, and they will be working with HMRC to ensure their systems are compliant for the other taxes as well. 2. Get into the habit of taking photos or scanning receipts and invoices so that you have a digital copy that you can attach to the transactions in your accounts. If you use QBO, you can use the app to take photos of expenses and receipts to have these attached to your accounts. Or you can use a software like AutoEntry to help keep a digital copy of invoices and receipts and attach them directly to your accounts. If you take photos or scan your receipts and invoices, you can save these on your computer and manually attach them to the transactions in QBO. It also means that you don't need to keep paper copies of your invoices and such because you've got digital copies, and as long as you are attaching them to your accounts, they will be stored in the software. 3. Keep an eye on my Facebook page for further updates about Making Tax Digital so that you know what to expect and when you need to start following the guidelines. I have 2 blog posts about Making Tax Digital. One that I wrote back in October 2018 and one that I wrote last week after the announcements came out. I will put the link to each of those blogs in the comments for you. If you have any questions about how you can ensure that you are following all of the guidance for Making Tax Digital, feel free to message me or put your questions in the comments. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to join me for my next Facebook Live in August.